Yeah, eat, sleep, fantasy, you rockin' with the best. NFL Fantasy Football Podcast. We talking mock drafts, running backs, better follow the conversation.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Eat, Sleep, Fantasy Football Podcast. My name is Dale. As always, Clayton Cadu is joining me. We're going to have an awesome time today. Clayton, I love this shirt, by the way.
Oh, it's old vintage, buddy.
It is.
Vintage one right here.
Five-star garbage. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, make sure you subscribe on our YouTube channel, Eat Sleep Fantasy. Subscribe and put that little bell notification because we're going to go live more and more as the season gets on, especially on those Sunday mornings. We're going to have a lot of fun on Sunday mornings, at least for the first couple of weeks when my wife isn't yelling at me yet. But then by week 4, she's going to be really sick of it. And I probably won't be able to.
Oh, yeah, I'll be in the same boat. We'll be able to figure it out, though, Dale. Don't worry about it.
We're going to have a good show. Before we do start, I want to say we are running out of time on that Fantrax Best Ball. If you guys are listening and haven't joined, what the fuck are you doing? It's a free Best Ball. You get in, you set all your players. It's all salary-based. And you can win one of 5 autographed jerseys completely free. It's not a scam, no catch. It's not filled yet. And so you have a good chance. All you have to do is beat Clayton or I or one of our other contributors, and you get in. So make sure you go to fantrax.com/ESF to sign up. I'll post all the links here in the description of the podcast. So you just click the links and join because it's going to be awesome. We have room for 300, and I don't think we even have 200 people joined yet. So
Not yet, no.
It's crazy because it's like free shit.
I think we're going to have a big push here coming up.
I think so.
And
too.
for those that are already in it, make sure you get Cam Newton's ass out of there.
Yep.
Big news today, buddy.
Yep. Make sure you look over the rules too. The rosters. There's like space for like 30 players, but you don't need to fill up all 30 players. So make sure you read.
So
that.
can you confirm this, Dale? Do you have to? So 18 is the max you can have in there, correct?
Right.
Now, do you have to fill those 18 spots?
No.
Okay.
You fill out whatever. Obviously, you want to get as many as possible because it's best ball, so they're gonna plop it in your lineup. But hey, if you only want to get, only fill up one part of your roster and don't worry about bench or anything, you could do that. But bye weeks are gonna kill you. Injuries gonna kill you. That's not the way to win. But
Exactly.
I'll tell you now, you won't win that way. But yeah, you can do whatever you want. It's free. Why not? Get your sister, get your mother, get your dad, get your grandma. All sign up to get these free jerseys. Keenan Allen, DJ Moore,
Brooke in there. Is Brooke?
No, because
that'll be lineup in.
I can't do that because that's like cheating.
Sarah did.
Did she? Okay, that's cheating, Clayton.
Well, how? No, it's not cheating. Here's the thing. I didn't have no say in it.
Okay.
I had no say in it at all.
Oh, if Sarah wins, we're gonna have an angry mob.
Oh, 100%.
It's okay. We'll figure it out later.
Don't. She's not listening right now, but she's not going to win. Don't worry about it. This is how it went, Dale. This is how the conversation went. Hey, this guy looks like he's got buns. I like him. Yeah, there's Zeke's putting her lineup. I'm like, oh, good God.
If you guys are watching on YouTube, you see my new haircut.
I got one, Dale.
I know. Look, yours looks good. Mine, I've been regretting every haircut I've gotten like the last 2 years. When you sit down in a chair and within 20 seconds, you automatically know if they're going to be good or bad. Right?
Yeah,
as soon as they start cutting your hair, you're like, oh, fuck.
I'll tell you a true story. So I got this, see this hair in the back here.
Uh-huh.
I got a double crown in the back of my head.
Right.
Double crown. So I usually go to the same guy for the last 20 years. I've been going to the same guy.
Mm-hmm.
Either I'll get him to cut my hair or this one lady that's really awesome too. She did my hair this time around.
Mm-hmm.
So I go in there and it's really busy, like COVID and stuff like that. So people are, I hate to go in there. And if I don't want to sit there and say, I'll wait for these two, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So whatever, the guy's just sitting there by himself. So I'm like, yeah, sure. I'll get my hair cut by him. And like you said, 20 seconds in, he gets to the top there. He just starts cutting it way up. I'm like, whoa. And then I said after that, he cut, it was so short. And I was like, never again.
Yeah, I know. She was cutting my hair and I don't like to talk when I'm getting my hair cut. I've said this before. Just cut my hair. I don't want to hear the pleasantries. I don't want to hear, where are you from? Where do you work? Just skip that. I don't want to talk. Just cut my hair and let me get out of here. So that was good that she didn't talk. But also, you need a hairstylist that talks because they're usually the good ones. That can talk and cut. They've been doing it for a long time. But when she's quiet and really focusing, you're like, oh, man, this is not a haircut to focus on.
But do you go to a
Yeah, like a chain. Yeah, I don't
barbershop, or do you go to like I don't know, some big?
No, I go to Sport. Yeah, I go to Sport Clips. It's a franchise here in America.
We got one here, buddy. I went there once. I
really?
got the MVP treatment
There you
where
go.
they like wash your hair and shit. It's pretty sick. Dale, get a freaking sponsorship, bud.
I don't know if I want to go back there. So, anyways, today, guys, we are going to break down. So Clayton and I were part of the ESF Contributors League. We try to get our contributors together once a year to draft for a league. Usually just a bunch of complainers, especially Austin and JJ nonstop complain. They're the worst.
And Austin takes 7 hours to make a pick.
Yeah. We're in a slow draft. You can't be mad, but at the same time, it's like, come on, let's get going. John G, Genghis John, he's been on the podcast before. He doesn't wake up till like 2 p.m.
Yeah, exactly.
And so we're waiting all day. It's like, I feel like me and you were the only normal ones in there. Armando, he's making trades every round by round, trying to trade up or down. It's like, stop with this bullcrap. And then, Heather, our new contributor, she's pretty good. She didn't really give us a lot of problems. For the most part, she was pretty good. Pat Lane, he sucked. Everybody sucks. Rob was okay. We have 2 listeners in the league. We gave away 2 spots in that league to listeners in the Facebook private group, Eat Nation private group on Facebook.
They didn't let us down though. They were
good. They were one of the better ones. Yeah, they're one of the better ones. So, anyways, we're gonna break down that draft. It's a 2 quarterback. Super flex league. Definitely, there's a difference. Super flex and 2 quarterback. Clayton, I think it's just time just to get right into it. What do you think? You want to talk about anything else? By the way, we did this on Fantrax. By the way, guys, again, big partners of ours, fantrax.com/ESF. You could sign up not only for the best ball stuff, but it's a great platform for the league as well.
I agree. Do you want to touch on some news from today first before we jump into this?
Yeah.
All right. Well, biggest one, Cam Newton cut. What's your take on that? Mac Jones season.
Yeah, definitely. Mac Jones is he ranked higher than Cam Newton was? Probably not. Probably around the same.
I had him. I had him a couple spots higher, but now I'm where are you going to put Mac Jones now that you know for sure he's a week 1 starter?
Shoot, I gotta check my rankings, but probably maybe around 15.
Yeah, I would say inside top 20 for sure.
Sleepfantasy.com/rankings if you want my rankings. Clayton's rankings cannot be found there. It's just he's just not a team player, but we'll talk about that later.
Well, I'll put the link on where mine are. Sorry.
Actually, yeah, just give me the link and I'll put it on and say if you want Clayton's rankings, click here.
Okay, that's what I'll do.
Because right now I have Cam Newton. I gotta scroll all the way down. Cam Newton at 24, but he's obviously Mac Jones is gonna skip ahead, I think, to he's gonna be like in the teens, 15, 16, somewhere around there. Around Kirk Cousins, maybe.
Now, do you think that was a case of Cam Newton just being done, outplayed? I mean, Jones had a great preseason. Or do you think this was, management went up to Cam, said, hey, listen, Jones is getting the ball week 1, and he just said, let me out of here.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what happened. I mean, there's speculation, too. I mean, he wasn't getting his vaccination.
Yeah.
Maybe that played a part in it. And it's hard to believe that it wouldn't keep him as backup. So I'm thinking maybe, again, all speculation, but perhaps, they went up to him and said, hey, we're going to have Mac Jones start over. And he's like, all right, just get me out of here. Let me look for another opportunity.
Well, he missed the last week, right? Missed the last week due to COVID too, right? He was on the COVID list. Yeah. So, I mean, maybe there was talks too about how they were a little bit nervous that, what if going into the year, what happens if this happens again? You're high-fiving Mac Jones every play, whatever you're doing. Yeah, next thing you know, Jones gets COVID too, right? Then all of a sudden they're stuck with, or the whole quarterback room does, right? Mm-hmm. And now you're looking at a situation where they're either postponing or forfeiting in general. So, I mean, Bill's not going to allow that to happen.
Right. So where, you got to think he's not going to go anywhere and start, but where can he go and compete? And, is there a place where it's possible?
The biggest one, I think, right now. Well, there was speculation that Dallas was interested.
Dallas, right?
Houston. I mean, how can you not be? The thing with Houston is they got Tyrod Taylor, Davis Mills. It's those guys right now. I mean, technically, I don't know. I'm interested to see if Tyrod Taylor does get the job there in Houston. Curious to see what happens there. But I still think even with Cam's age and stuff like that, I still think he would be an upgrade definitely from those two guys.
Yeah, Tyrod the Toolman Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, those were the days.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, another piece of news: Michael Thomas. He is not yet a full-grown dog. He's on the pup. Does this change anything?
No, that's what you were kind of expecting that going into the year anyways, right? That's why you saw him fall in ADP big time.
Mm-hmm.
And there he was getting, I don't even remember what round he went in this pick or in our draft here.
Yeah, we'll go through it. We'll go through it.
Pretty deep down there. But yeah, it doesn't really change my opinion on it. I'm bumping Marquez Callaway up there. I'm bumping even Traquan Smith up a little bit. Yeah, it's good. I think both those receivers are going to eat while Thomas is out.
Yep. Yeah. I got Marquez Callaway last round before kickers and defense. So I just did another draft, my home league, a couple of days ago just a couple of days ago. If you're going to get Callaway, you're going to have to reach for him. The buzz is there. I definitely reached for him in one of my leagues. I think I got him like in the 11th or 12th round out of 16. And I know that's a stretch. That's drafting him too soon, but make sure if you guys have people that you really want to go, you have to get them. Like you have to make that jump and get them, because guys like Callaway, I think him and I think Jalen Reagor. I think those two guys are going to be guys that like you heard of in the preseason and you didn't jump on them and you're like, crap, I could have gotten them. I think both of those guys are going to be really interesting playing out because we both saw flashes, like really, really good stuff from both of them. And if you're not going to jump on them, there's other league mates that are going to reach for them. So you just got to be that first one to get them. Both
definitely.
of them. So
I will agree with that. For sure.
If you really want him, don't wait till the last round is what I'm saying, because somebody's going to get him and you're going to be mad that you didn't get him a round early. You did scoop him in both leagues. Are you talking about the one I'm in with you as well? That other home league that you do that keep yes.
One?
Yeah. I got him in that one too.
Yeah, you got him in that one. I wanted him.
Everybody did. Trust me. Everybody's like, dang it. And it's like, actually, you gotta pay the price.
And well, that's the thing. And even in this one here, where did you say you got him?
Second to last round before kickers and defense.
That was like why I don't know why I ended up taking Fuller around earlier is beyond me. That's the one pick out of my team that I'm like, what the F, right? So
yeah, I mean, guys before Callaway, Curtis Samuel, Terrence Marshall,
Elijah Moore, Darnell Mooney. Yeah, actually, Darnell Mooney too is another one. I don't know what
I get Mooney.
Yeah. No, I'm saying I don't know why I took Fuller ahead. I just don't understand that pick. I don't even like Fuller. I don't know why I took him.
Don't you hate that when you're like looking at drafting, like, what is he doing on my roster?
Yeah.
I have that same. I got Michael Carter in the 11th round. You guys haven't heard me talk about Michael Carter at all, and for some reason, I felt like the itch to get him when I did, and I was like, I'm not really happy about.
I think a little bit of a reach, but I do think that that's going to be somebody's going to come out ahead in that backfield, whether it's Coleman, whether it's Carter. I have heard more Carter. Coleman can't stay healthy, so that's just another plus for Carter as well. So upside guys, right? And you said that the other day too. I mean, in that other team, you're at that stage, you're looking to go with high upside guys, right? Like your starting lineup is pretty much full by then. So now you want to go upside. I mean, but if you do look at guys that did go after Carter. There's probably a few other guys that I would have liked more out of that. So
maybe Sony Michel, Stevenson from the Patriots, and that's about it. I mean, there was talk in our chat that Mark Ingram went around after Michael Carter.
Two
rounds.
It was 2 rounds.
Yeah, 2 rounds. So okay, I'll ask you the question: would you have? Where does a better value? Michael Carter in the 11th or Mark Ingram in the 13th?
I think Michael Carter personally. I think Ingram is going to be. I mean, I guess we'll wait and see. There's talk like they're just going to run a three-headed monster back there, but I like the opportunity that Carter could get over what Ingram is going to get.
Yeah. I mean, both of them are in ideal situations. One's a rookie behind Tevin Coleman. We'll see what happens there. Maybe not. And then the other, Mark Ingram, he's coming off, a season where he played like 11 games and he had like, I don't know, 60 attempts or something. No, not even that many or whatever. Yeah, it was like 60 attempts. So neither one of them are in good position. Where's the floor at is or where's the ceiling for both of these? The floor is 2 or 3 fantasy points a game, right? For both of them. The ceiling, I think, is much higher for Michael Carter.
Double digits every week, I would think.
Is a ceiling. Yeah, for sure. Not saying that's going to happen, but if you're betting, I don't know, I'm betting Michael Carter. All right. So let's talk about the draft. We're going to talk about our teams and I guess the teams around us, what made our stuff good or bad. So this is a PPR league, Superflex, right? No really other kooky settings, I don't think, is there?
Nope.
Okay. So I had the 5th pick, and this is good for anybody, drafting Superflex. I think this gives you an idea. I had the 5th pick, and my first quarterback was Josh Allen. I get a lot of people think Mahomes is a surefire, QB1. I'm not going to argue that. I want to try something a little different though. I like rooting for Josh Allen. He's fun to watch and it's fantasy. Look, Mahomes is too. I get it. But I don't know. It's fun watching Josh Allen. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So, Josh Allen went Josh Allen went 5th and Mahomes went 6th. Part of the reason I got Josh Allen too is because the guy right after me, KJ, is a big Bills fan. And so it was
the biggest surprise for me out of all the Superflex leagues that I am in or I've seen drafted, it shocks me that you were able to get the first quarterback off the board was at 5. You usually see, those first, 7 picks almost in a Superflex are all quarterbacks from what I've seen.
Yeah, I think definitely Mahomes or Allen is definitely 1 or 2 every single time. Christian McCaffrey most of the time falls to the second or 3rd pick most of the time. When we did draft night out, we did 6 leagues in Canton, and it was a super flex as well. I'd say in 5 out of 6, Mahomes went 101. I think.
Yeah, like there's always that one running back that's going to come off the board in those top in that top half for sure. But yeah, no, to have Josh Allen could have a huge year this year, so you never know.
I think it's going to be a coin flip. I really do.
Yeah.
But the thing about Superflex is there's not a bad choice in the first round. You're going after value here, but what will make your draft is what you do in the 2nd and 3rd and 4th round. Those how you adjust in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th round. If you go Mahomes at 101, what are you going to do 2nd, 3rd, and 4th round to make up for not having that top tier running back? Because it's going to be 22 picks before you pick again.
Yeah, exactly. That's where we saw what we saw John G do, right?
Yep.
He didn't take his first quarterback, which I think was a huge mistake. If you want to take a look at his team, if we're talking about quarterbacks, he didn't take his first 2 quarterbacks until round 4 and 5, and they were Trey Lance and Justin Fields. Not a good way to start, considering he's going to have later on 4 rounds later, he got Daniel Jones. That's his only starting quarterback right now.
Yeah, that's a little scary.
Right,
in a standard league without the super flex, Christian McCaffrey, Najee Harris, and Antonio Gibson went 1st, 2nd, 3rd for him.
Yeah,
great.
Yeah,
but that super flex spot is going to be tough. But does he really need a super flex spot? Like, does he really need that quarterback? I mean, if he's putting Antonio Gibson in there, is he going to, can Antonio Gibson in that super flex spot get as much production as, say, Ryan Fitzpatrick?
Well, there's that, and then even the fact he did take Daniel Jones later. I think in a situation like that, I would have been looking at buys as well. Daniel Jones has a later buy, so the fact that one or the other, Trey Lance or Justin Fields, is going to play by week 10. Hopefully it's Lance because Fields is on a bye week as well at week 10. Do you know what I mean? So, yep. I think you look at the rest of his team is huge. Like you said, McCaffrey, Harris, Gibson to start out. first 3 picks, and then kind of went down from there. It's not. It's just a super flex spot that with the quarterback scares me.
Yep. So Austin, he had the second pick, and he waited really late for quarterbacks, very, very late for quarterbacks. And he ended up with Zach Wilson, Mac Jones, and Tyrod Taylor. So luckily, he kind of fell into it. He has 2 starting quarterbacks. Not bad. Zach Wilson's not going to light the world on fire. And truthfully, he has somebody like James Robinson or even Deebo Samuel that can be put in the super flex. So when you're playing super flex, you don't have to be stuck to that two quarterbacks.
No,
you just have to have a plan.
I just personally, as last year, or maybe 2 years ago was the first time I played in Superflex, and I was like, "Oh man, why am my team stacked?" Right, so that's what I did. I waited on quarterbacks. Next thing you know, it was horrendous.
Oh yeah.
I learned very quickly not necessarily the proper strategy, but at least get one decent quarterback early rather than waiting. Right, so. But the one thing I want to talk about Austin's team you're touching on. He took Mike Davis in the second round, which is crazy.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I was scrolling up. Yeah. Mike Davis in the second round. So
at the 211 spot. I mean, and he still got and then he had J.K. Dobbins after. Unfortunately, that's a hit already. And then he came back and still got James Robinson, which is
crazy. So Mike Davis was a head scratcher, but if he really, really wanted Mike Davis. Oh, look, and he picked the second overall. So it came back to him in the second round. He got Mike Davis, and then 3 picks later, he had to pick again. He could have went Najee and Mike Davis, and
I would have taken Najee or Antonio Gibson over Davis.
Yeah,
he could have had either one of those guys.
Yeah, and then got Mike Davis after that.
Yeah, exactly.
But you never know, and if you really wanted him, and you really, you can't judge too hard.
No, exactly.
All right, so let me go down your. I'm going to do your team and you do mine. Okay. So there's no bias. Okay. And I'm going to ask you questions.
Sure.
All right. So you picked from the 8th spot in the Superflex League. Your very first pick was Lamar Jackson. He was a 4th quarterback off the board. Not bad. I get it. Dude, let me just tell you this really quick. Lamar Jackson. Hold on. Let me tell you. Hold on. I found an interesting stat. So Lamar Jackson had 242 completions. He had the same amount of completions as Cam Newton. All right. He had almost the exact same yardage passing as Cam Newton, almost the exact same completions as Cam Newton, but he had 26 touchdowns compared to 8 from Cam.
Yeah.
Throwing. That is nuts.
Rushing ability. That's the biggest factor.
And 1,000 yards rushing. Yeah.
Yeah. When it came to who I was selecting quarterback, I'm really, really, really high on Justin Herbert. When it came to the both of them, I just, that's what came into mind, right? Was the whole rushing ability, the fact the end zone touchdowns he could get. That's why I went Lamar Jackson as my QB1.
Yep. So I liked it. Nick Chubb, brilliant. No problem there. I love Nick Chubb. He went right after Saquon and Zeke. I like it. Justin Jefferson as your first wide receiver. So you went pretty balanced here. Quarterback, running back, wide receiver. Then he went Trevor Lawrence as your second quarterback. I like it. He went after guys like Jalen Hurts and Joe Burrow right before Baker Mayfield and Trey Lance. So I think you got him on a pretty good tier. You got him on the upside of that last tier that we really like. So after you got your second quarterback, you loaded up just like what you practice, what you preach. And I think I did the same thing. Guys like Chris Carson, like you waited a little bit for your second running back. You got Chris Carson, which is solid RB2 in a super flex. I'm happy with that. Deontay Johnson and Julio Jones as your next 2 wide receivers. Derek Carr as your third quarterback. Talk to me a little bit about that. Actually, what do you always get 3 quarterbacks in a super flex? I try to.
I do try to. What was starting to scare me though was the lack of at the point when I knew I was going to go quarterback, I looked at all of them, right? And Derek Carr, in my opinion, is the more, I don't know, I would say more has shown it more than guys like Sam Darnold. I think it was before Sam Darnold, Zach Wilson. The other guys were just questionable guys in my opinion. Derek Carr, I think he could do the job where he's at. I think he's got good receiving core. And I just thought he was my best quarterback at that time.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You got Odell.
Although I just said this about Austin's team, I'm stuck with 2 quarterbacks the same bye week. So
yeah,
right?
I'm fucked too. Yeah.
I did look at it, but even then I said, you know what, I'd sacrifice the week. I'd sacrifice that week if I had to in a flex spot in order to to take a guy like
we might need a trade. Hey, listen, because I got
we're not allowed to trade. This is a redraft league, man.
What do you mean we're not allowed to trade?
Are we? What, just player for player?
Yes. What are you talking about?
Okay, I'm down for that.
Yes, definitely. Because
hey Dale, we just got spicy chicken nuggets in Canada.
Nice.
Today.
Congratulations.
I'm gonna try it out.
How was it? People love when people eat right on the microphone. Let's hear it chew. Go, get closer. Right. Get closer.
No, I'm not.
I want to hear
it. Chew into the
Come on. No. Chew it. Chew in the microphone. Get closer. Come on. I want to hear it. I want to hear it sloshing around in your mouth.
Yeah, it's not bad, actually. It's pretty good.
Is it spicy?
It is.
Okay. On a spice level 1 to 5. What's the spice?
6.
Okay. I said on a scale 1 to 5. You just gave me a 6.
Oh, 1 to 5. Sorry.
You don't listen to me.
Sometimes I do. Scale of 1 to 5, probably a 3.
Okay.
But I thought they were made a big announcement here today. I thought they were going to bring the spicy junior chickens here because those are like my all-time favorite. No such like spicy nuggets instead.
From Wendy's?
No, from McDonald's.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, enough of that talk since we're on a weight loss challenge right now, too.
Yeah, I know you're eating fried chicken. I'm going to win this, by the way. Trust me. I'm going to fucking win it. I feel good. I feel really good. Oh, yeah.
No, I've been going every day. It's just...
it's not about the gym. It's about eating like a fatso. All right.
That's my problem. Chicken.
You got Zach Moss in the 10th, which I like. Tyler Higbee is your first tight end. Eesh. How do you feel about that?
I like it. I think he's got upside to be a top 10 tight end with Stafford there now, right? There's no Gerald Everett. They do have Cooper Kupp. They do have Robert Woods.
Yeah.
I just think that I think that Stafford is going to be able to use Higbee in a way similar he used Hawkinson last year, right?
Okay, cool.
So,
all right, fair enough. I see more and more. Man, I thought this was like a thing, but I guess not. I've never gotten a kicker defense earlier than the last 2 rounds. A lot of people picked up kickers and a couple defenses third to last round. That was really interesting. You got Justin Tucker, like a round early, in my opinion. Are you okay with that?
100%. I know.
You could have gotten Russell Gage.
Yeah. No, another thing, I blew it on that as well because I didn't realize that I had that Will Fuller thing really fucking took me for a spin because I was always hoping to get a guy like Russell Gage.
Yeah.
Or a running back usually. And so if I would have done that, where that Justin Tucker, if I did not have Will Fuller there, I was going to probably go the best running back or receiver that was on the board at that time. Those 2 would have been moved down. 100%. I reached for Tucker. I do regret it though.
Okay. All right. Well, I
want to just try to go on a kicker run and see what would happen.
Yeah.
See how many people followed suit.
Good job. I mean, there were a lot of kickers and defenses taken a little early, which there was 2. Well, there was only 2 in the third to last, but there was also 2 defenses. So the 49ers defense was the first one taken by Rob. All right. So overall, I'll give your team a B-, because I do think you did well. I like the Nick Chubb highlights. You got some good quarterbacks in there, so I think you're primed. You're going to make the playoffs. I'll say that. But I think we need to make a trade here because I am screwed with my bye weeks. So I got Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs. They have the same bye, week 7. And then Calvin Ridley, George Kittle, and Jameis Winston all have buys as well on different weeks. So I'm like screwed for 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
So you can go through my team, ask me questions if you need to.
Well, I'll start with the first one. You kind of touched on the Josh Allen pick, like you said, coin flip. And then you came back. I like the back-to-back receivers you got with Diggs and Ridley. I think you got to steal with Ridley in the third, considering he went. I consider him a little bit higher than Hopkins to be honest.
Mhm.
So you got him a couple spots later, and I like the Kittle in the fourth. I mean, when it comes to tight ends, I think Kelsey went 1, Waller went in the 3rd round. So you followed up with Kittle in the 4th. Good pick. And then you started your running backs. You went DeAndre Swift and then Myles Gaskin. Myles Gaskin. Why Myles Gaskin? I know you've been touting him a lot.
So I try to do 0 running back. I'm not usually like that, and I really tried and I couldn't do it. By the time the 5th round came around, I was really scared because through the first 4 rounds, I didn't have a running back. All the running backs dried up. It was going to be DeAndre Swift. I should have gotten Chris Carson instead of DeAndre Swift, and you got him the couple of picks after. So if I were to switch anything, if I have any regret, I should have gotten Chris Carson instead of DeAndre Swift. But whatever, he's going to be fine. But then Myles Gaskin, he was just the last of the running backs. Again,
last of the safe guys, right?
Yeah. So I screwed up here. It said DeAndre Swift or Myles Gaskin. I could have ended up with Chris Carson and Damian Harris. I think my team would have looked much better with Chris Carson and Damian Harris.
Yeah, both guys that are going to have better value. I'm scared of Detroit, to be honest with you.
I am too. I'm not a big DeAndre Swift fan, and I was like, he's there. I don't have any of his shares. Like, if he blows up, I don't want to say, damn, I passed on him in all 7 of my drafts. So it is what it is.
We're just not sure what that offense is going to look like right now with them.
No clue.
Bringing in Williams and all that stuff like that. So
no clue.
I mean, then we watched Jamar Jefferson have a great preseason as well. So I mean, is he going to carve out a small role as well? So and then like you said, Carson and Harris would have been ideal situation.
I could have gotten them. I could have gotten both of them in those positions. So looking back, you don't know, and you're picking, and you're like, shit. You ever make a pick and immediately look at the other players available, and you're like, damn it, why didn't I see that? And I think that's for Harris. That was one of those.
Will Fuller.
It was Damian Harris. The DeAndre Swift I was okay with because I was between Damian Harris and Chris Carson. And I really do like Chris Carson, but I was like, screw it. But the Myles Gaskin one, I should have gotten Damian Harris instead. But we'll see. I think as much as I hate the Dolphins, and I say hate the Dolphins, I do think the Dolphins are going to move the ball. I think they're gonna have some offensive potency. I think. I still bet they're going to win. I bet the under on 9 games for them, and so I will be rooting against them. Every single Dolphins loss, I'm doing a giveaway the next day. Every time the Dolphins lose, I'm doing a giveaway on this podcast, all the way up until they hit. How many games do they have to lose? They have to lose 8 games, right?
I got
the under on 9. No. So they have to lose because there's 17 games, right? So they have to lose 9 games for me to win.
Well, we know you hoard everything, so I'm sure there's prizes around there somewhere.
I'll give away one of my headshots or something.
Signed headshot.
There you go. Every Dolphins loss, we're going to celebrate. That's all I'll say.
There you go.
And so, I was okay with that. Jameis Winston as my second quarterback. That's cool. I think Jameis Winston is going to be pretty good.
I like it. I think that's an upgrade on everybody around in that offense, down from Taysom Hill, just because Hill can't make those tosses that Winston can. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know half the time we did see Winston throw a lot of picks, but I just think it's going to be different this year. They gave him a 1-year shot. I think I still think he could have probably went somewhere else on a longer contract, but I think he's betting on himself this year.
Yeah. Hey, okay, look, because I'm kind of screwed because I got Jimmy Garoppolo as my third quarterback. You have Derek Carr as your third. Would you trade Derek Carr and Tyler Higbee for Robert Tonyan and Jimmy Garoppolo?
Not an effing chance, man.
Really? You don't like?
I don't want Jimmy G. Tonyan? I want no part of Jimmy Garoppolo.
Look, he's gonna be good for a couple weeks.
No, no. I need him to be good up until past week 8. Man, he's not going to be there.
No, he's not. Dang it. Well, what are you going to do week 8? Because week 8 you have both your quarterbacks on bye.
Why? I'll just run out. I'll run out my boy. Maybe Will Fuller will be dynamite then in some flex.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. All right. Third to last pick before my kickers and defense, I got Marquez Callaway.
That's a steal right there. That could be a league winner right there.
Maybe. Jamar Chase, I got in the 9th. I did get my boy Melvin Gordon. 8-8. I got Melvin Gordon right after.
You love him.
I would have gotten LaVisca Chenault, and I was hovering over LaVisca Chenault for like 5 minutes because I really wanted him, but I already had Stephon Diggs and Calvin Ridley, and I was thinking, man, I need to take some stabs at running backs before, because I only had 2 running backs and they both sucked. So I got Melvin Gordon, Michael Carter as my running backs, like my reserve running back. I don't know. There's a couple of things I regret. I don't know how I could have improved on draft day. Like, you make a decision and then you regret it, and it's okay. Like at the time, you're rationalizing it, and then I don't think there's any. I think you will make playoffs as well. Like you said, I'll give your team a B. Wow.
Specifically, I like the Callaway pick way in the 13th round, and as far as everything else goes, I like the way that your team shapes up all around is in the super flex, like as a second quarterback, Jameis Winston. And then you got Stephon Diggs, Ridley, and Jamar Chase and Callaway as your receivers. I think that's pretty solid crew there for you.
Yeah. I have George Kittle and Robert Tonyan, and I can because this is one of our flex is also tight end, so I can do Tonyan and Kittle if I need to.
Yep.
So we'll see how it all goes. But so some of the others, let's look at a couple of the other teams before we get going, and we'll get going pretty soon. But some of the other late round guys, Mike Williams, in the almost last round, Pat Lane took Mike Williams. I like that. AJ Dillon. Granted, this is super flex, so it's a little bit different if you're not in super flex, because a lot of these guys will fall or will not fall as deep. But AJ Dillon is another good grab. Corey Davis in the last couple of rounds was a good one. Jarvis Landry, 11-2. Were you surprised? Did he fall further than he should have?
I absolutely, actually, I'm just trying to look at where my team is there. So at 11-2. So hold on, let me look here.
10-5, you got Zach Moss.
Yeah. So at that situation, I was contemplating taking him at that spot, and then I realized I had Odell. I picked the Odell pick earlier, right? So I was like, and I'm actually shocked that he did go. I'm surprised that guys like, even like Rondale Moore went before him. Even DJ Chark, just with situation. I mean, now that Jones is out, that's different as well. But Landry's been dynamite the last few years.
Yeah. What's up with Marvin Jones?
He was injured. Man, Dale dropping me a spot.
No, okay. All you gotta do is say he was injured. We don't come with the hard facts here, man.
That is true.
You don't need to come up with research.
Just straight
I'm not asking Adam Schefter.
So now, anytime that somebody asks me a question, hey, should I start this guy? Start.
You don't need to know why.
No, don't need to know why. Just start.
For those that that are wondering, Clayton was the 13th best ranker on Fantasy Pros last year. We need to get you in the top 10. I need to get in the top 10. I should start copying the rankings and then just make small adjustments. But I have a good feeling this year we're both going to be awesome.
Yeah. No, I just think I remember the first year I was doing it, I tried to go really crazy with it. That's not really the way to do it. You know what I mean? I mean, I still put the guys I like, I put up. I don't care about the ECR, to be honest with you. I'll put the guys that I really, really love. I will put them up ahead of guys that probably where they shouldn't be. I did that a few times this past year, and I think it paid off a little bit. So
awesome. I like it. All right. What the heck? Oh, anyways, cool. I think that's about it. I don't know. This was a fun draft. It's gonna be good. Really competitive draft. We're kind of shitting on teams, but they're all really good fantasy football players.
Yeah.
So yes, am I shoo-in to make the playoffs? Definitely. Am I probably going to win a championship? Most likely, I will win a championship in this.
No, you will not.
Look, I have Calvin Ridley, Stephon Diggs, and then Callaway, possibly being a top 24 guy. And I have guys like, Myles Gaskin going to carry me to the championship. Jameis Winston, you just wait and see, buddy. Anyways.
Gross. News just came across my phone right now.
Mm-hmm.
the Vikings acquired tight end. Guess which tight end? He's
Tim
bad.
Tebow.
No. He's been terrible. He's been the hype around him since he's been drafted and hasn't done anything. Plays for a certain New York-based team.
Oh, wait, Chris Herndon?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
There you
from the
go.
Jets in
I'm
exchange
bumping
for
him up.
Oh, I don't know if I can. One of my team names was Herndon's Heroes, and now I don't know if I could do that.
I have Herndon in a dynasty league that I've not ever even considered moving him because I have hope for him. That's awesome. To where do you go? Where do you go?
He went to Minnesota. So now with Tyler Conklin, he's the only competition for Caves, but he hasn't done anything all year because he was hurt. And now you got Irv Smith apparently getting surgery. So yeah, it kind of opens the door for him a little bit.
I like it a lot. See, breaking news here.
Yeah, boom.
Book it.
There you go.
You need to say that more, man. That's like your tag. That's your thing.
I know.
And you never say it.
I will. I'll get on it.
Trust me, I'd be saying book it every fucking episode.
I'll get on it hardcore this year. Don't worry about it.
All right. I think that's about it. If you guys haven't heard, I appreciate everybody with their feedback. I tagged my solo podcast, Mom Was Mad at Me, on the last episode. I got some good feedback, and I appreciate you guys reaching out and giving me a high five on that. I hope you guys check out more of that, Mom Was Mad at Me, on iTunes and everywhere you hear podcasts. Of course, you can hear Clayton, Fantasy Football from Up North. It's his Canadian fantasy football podcast. Almost the same thing as ours. Almost the same podcast as ours, but it has a lot more Canadian slang.
Yeah. And like I said, throughout the year, if you guys subscribe to that as well, you'll kind of get 7 days of constant football chatter from us, right?
Way too much Clayton, but yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay, that probably just got you unsubscribed to a couple. I don't think I'll ever listen to your podcast again.
Don't care.
No, it's good
you'll
stuff.
never be on it.
Dude, I've been waiting. You are on this podcast every single episode. Have I ever gotten an invite to Fantasy Football from Up North? No.
You will. We're going to get pretty much back up and started next week. So
yeah, sure. I believe you. All right, guys. Again, I appreciate it. EatSleepFantasy.com. It's a website. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and push a little bell notification because we are going to be going live, especially on Sundays. But I think we're going to try to do live more and more. And I think that's about it. Clayton?
One more thing to talk about, Dale. Don't forget also another sponsor of ours, Monkey Knife Fight.
Oh, yeah. Well,
we need to jump all over that too.
Yeah. Promo code HOTDOG is a promo code. We're going to be doing some awesome betting on Monkey Knife Fight. So we're going to make some fucking money this year. I promise you. I'm going to guarantee it because I'm going to pay people for losing. That's a little tease. That's how they do it in the business. Yeah, so you're going to want to stay tuned for more.
Dale will pay you all.
All right, guys. Appreciate it. Take care, Clayton. Love you, buddy.
Cheers, bud.
Wait, I said I love you.
I love you, Dale.
Screaming Eat Nation, we doing what we like. Tune in every week, guarantee we get it hype. Fantasy, football enthusiasts, I know you plan to be joining us on Eat Sleep Fantasy.